If you love golf and want to stay up to date with the latest golf technology, equipment, apparel, and experiences, then you're in the right place. If you love golf, then stay up to date with our latest videos and golf content. Make sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel by clicking the subscribe button on your screen. If you have ever taken a golf trip with your buddies, play in a weekly golf league, or just the occasional golfer, someone in your group has probably asked the questions, hey, what are we playing for? Or what side games are we playing?
Say, $10 a hole?
Great. What are we talking? Skins? AC-doocy? Bingo, bango, bongo? Sandies? Barkies? Arnies? Wolf? What?
There are few things better in life than when you get to take money from your golfing buddies, especially when they're better than you. Speaking of winning, we quickly wanted to remind you about our Golf Weekly giveaway, where we will be giving away golf balls, golf gloves, and a grand prize of a $100 gift card. Entry is simple. Subscribe to this channel, like this video, and comment giveaway entry in the comments below. Let's start off with a game that is perfect for 4 golfers with 2 teams of 2, Vegas. The 2 scores for each team are put together in order to form a double-digit number, not added together. Don't worry, once you see an example, it'll be your favorite game on this list. Make sure everyone is comfortable with a dollar amount per point. Even a quarter per point can add up quickly, as you will see. Okay, so let's talk about how to play Vegas. Remember that the 2 scores are not added together, they are put together or paired together with the lowest score first. We're going to use golfer A and golfer B for an example. If golfer A scores a 5 and golfer B scores a 6, then their score would be 56. The smaller number always goes first. Now the betting comes in. Let's say that the bet is placed at $1 per point on hole 1. If the team with a score of 3 and 4 are together, so they get a score of 34, and the other team scores a 4 and a 4, and their score equals 44, the difference between the two is 10. The winning team just won $10 as they were playing for $1 per point. Now this game is a volatile game and the winnings and losings add up very quickly, so just be aware of that when you are predetermining the dollar amount. Moving on to the popular game, Bingo, Bango, Bongo. This game is great for groups of 2 or more. A very important point here is to play every shot in order based on honors and distance from the pin. This is critical. There will be a total of 3 points available for each hole. 1 for the first player who reaches the green, or bingo, 1 for the player closest to the pin, bango, and 1 for the first player to hole out, bongo. This is a great game to try because the best score will not always win. The goal is to get the most points during the round. At the end of the round, you'll add up your points and the highest score wins. This game is especially great when you have golfers that have varying skill levels. With 54 total points up for grabs, just make sure everyone is comfortable with the dollar amount per point before you tee off. Next, another great game for 4 players is Wolf. Now you will play with many different partners with this game, but points will be added up individually. Let me explain how to play. On the first hole, flip a tee and see who it points towards. The person the tee is pointing at will be the wolf for the first hole. Next, determine how much the points are worth in dollar amounts. Here are the rules. All players will take turns being the wolf as it switches players every single hole. After the first player is determined the wolf for the first hole, then pick an order to stick with and follow that. All players tee off, and then after the wolf decides if they want to play alone or lone wolf and play against the other 3 players, or pick a partner of their choosing. The wolf gets double points if they go lone wolf, which equals 4 points, versus 2 if they were to pick a partner. If the wolf and their partner lose the hole, the other team gets 3 points each. If the wolf goes lone wolf and loses, all players get a point. Again with the scoring, the object of the game is to have the most points at the end of the round. If you go lone wolf, that's equal 4 points. If you're the wolf and you pick a partner and you win the hole, that's equal 2 points. If you're the wolf and pick a partner and lose the hole, the other team each earns 3 points. If the wolf goes lone wolf and loses the hole, the other players all earn 1 point. Next on our list is sixes, otherwise known as Hollywood or round robin. This is a great game on our list suited for 4 players. You will need to establish the betting and dollar amounts beforehand, and keep in mind that this game is usually best suited for groups of 4 who are at a similar skill level. Since there will be 3 different matches, you can bet on each match as well as the aggregate. Match play is usually how the scoring is kept. So before you tee off, player A will flip a tee to see who their first partner will be for the first 6 holes between players B, C, and D. Player A will play 6 holes with player B, 6 holes with player C, and 6 holes with player D, in no particular order. It really depends on how the tee flip usually goes at the start. The winner is the person who has been on the winning side of at least 2 matches. So you could lose the first 6-hole match, but win the second and third and still come out on top. Next, let's take a look at the super popular game, Nassau. Now, Nassau is a popular game that is great for 2 or 4 golfers. Nassau breaks an 18-hole match into 3 matches, 1 for the front, 1 for the back, and 1 for overall score. The players will need to determine the dollar betting amount before the match begins. For example, a $10 Nassau would mean a total of $30 per player is at stake in the match, which means $10 for the front, $10 for the back, and $10 for the overall match. What makes it different than just regular match play, however, is that you can press, which essentially ends one of the front or back 9 bets and starts a new bet. A player or team can press when down 2 holes. If Team A is down 2 holes to Team B after 6 holes of play, Team A could press, which would end the front 9 bet and create an additional wager on holes 7, 8, and 9. In this scenario, Team B wins the original bet, and Team A is trying to get their money back or get even as their bet has now doubled. There are many nuances to this game and pressing, so be sure to communicate the rules beforehand to everyone playing. Let's move on to our favorite game for groups of 2 or 4, Hammer. This might be our favorite game on the entire list. The game is played 1-on-1 or 2-on-2. You create a set pot for each hole, so let's, in this scenario, say for $5. At any point in the match, one player or team can hammer the other, which the other team can either fold, which means that they lose that $5 bet and the hole is over, or the hole doubles in value to $10. So for a scenario, let's say Team 1 hits a shot in the fairway bunker off the first tee while Team 2 hits it in the fairway. Team 2 would likely hammer the bet to $10, but if Team 1 then hits a great shot out of the fairway bunker to 5 feet from the hole, they can then hammer back the other team and make the hole worth $20. Back and forth it usually goes. If Team 2 then puts it to 10 feet from the hole and subsequently drains the putt, they would rehammer Team 1 and make them drain their 5-foot putt for $40. Talk about pressure. Our final game we will be reviewing is perfect for a group of 3. The game is called 5-3-1. We found that it's tough to find fun games for groups of 3, but this is probably the best one there is. There are a total of 9 points available on each hole, so make sure to determine what dollar amount each point is worth. The player with the low score on the hole gets 5 points, the player with the second lowest score gets 3 points, and the player with the worst score on the hole gets 1 point. If there are ties, you simply divide the points by the number of players which tied. For example, if 2 players tie for the best score on the hole, that means they split the first and second place points, so 5 and 3 equals 8, and divide that by number of players, 2, and they each get 4 points. The player with the most points at the end of the round will collect from the other 2 players, and the second place player will collect from the third player. What's your favorite gambling game when golfing? We would love to hear from you in the comments below. Don't forget to sign up for our Golf Weekly giveaway, where we'll be giving away golf balls, golf gloves, and a grand prize of a $100 gift card. Entry is simple. Again, subscribe to this channel, like this video, and comment giveaway entry in the comments below.